Penny stocks have been stupid strong. The last video we did, we nailed both KNDI and CBAT for huge winners. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but they wrote that song, All We Do Is Win, no matter what, or however it goes, that rap song. They wrote that about touchdown trades in our penny stocks because all we do is win. So in today's video, we're gonna throw a couple more winners at you guys. I got two more penny stocks that I like for investments, for short-term investments. So in today's video, we're gonna be breaking down my top two penny stocks right now. We're gonna take a look at the business model, the fundamentals, and this chart. So stay tuned and let's get it. Let's talk about my top two penny stocks that I'm looking to invest in right now. The last penny stock video we did, we absolutely crushed it. We talked about KNDI, Candy, and this thing went bonkers after we discussed it, running up from about 250 all the way up to 475 a share. We also talked about CBAT. This is a battery company that works with EV auto manufacturing. We talked about this company back here, and this thing made a gigantic move. So let's keep the trend going. Let's keep crushing these penny stocks and making money investing in penny stocks. People give penny stock investing a bad name, but if you follow the plan, stick to the plan, you can make a lot of money. And these penny stocks that we're gonna be discussing today, I believe have a ton of potential. Let's jump right into them. Before we get started, I gotta plug Webull real quick. They are offering an insane promotion right now. The best broker out there, a great desktop platform. And if you sign up with my link in the description, deposit only $100, you will get free stocks valued up to $1,600. Check out the link after the video. All right, guys, let's talk about these two penny stocks. And the motto for this video is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the first penny stock, we're gonna stick to that trend. IDEX is a EV penny stock sector play. And this is gonna be a short-term investment in my opinion. And you might be saying, Kevin, you just did a video the other day talking about how some of these EV penny stocks were played out. They've made an insane move. They're extended, they're too expensive, and to stay away from them. And yes, I do agree with that. I agree with it because that's my opinion. But I think this IDEX still has some room to run. We're also getting it at a pullback, at a very significant level. We have this big gap up right here, and typically the first big volume day, the big extension day, which is right here, acts as support. And we're pulling back into that support area, that 250, that 245 area. That's gonna be a very significant area of support. So we're lining up the technicals with some fundamentals that I also like that we'll discuss, and it's setting up for a nice investment. So IDEX, Ideanomics, is basically a middleman for people looking to purchase EV cars, fleets looking to purchase EV cars, trucks, buses, whatever, and connecting those people with the auto manufacturers themselves. And I think this is going to be a big deal in China. So I think they're gonna be able to take this Chinese market. The Chinese EV market is growing rapidly, exponential growth in the EV sector in China. I think Ideanomics is gonna be able to come in. And the industry that I'm most fond of with this Ideanomics is right here, ride sharing and taxis. So I wanna see this Ideanomics go to these ride sharing apps and say, we can find your drivers good deals on these EV cars, and then they go to the EV auto manufacturers, they connect the two, act as a middleman, and take a piece of the pie, a small commission on each vehicle sold, and that is a huge market. A small commission on each vehicle sold to a ride-sharing driver in China or even the United States, that can add up to be billions of dollars in revenue, and I see a lot of potential. And then you're also talking about fleet delivery vehicles, buses, trucks. The market is ever growing. We know the EV market is growing fast, and I think this Ideanomics does have potential. For a penny stock, it's risky, right? Penny stocks do carry risk more so than your average blue chip stock, but they also offer huge potential, huge growth, and I think Ideanomics could give us a nice short-term 3 to 6 month investment. So China is in a very unique situation, right? With the government saying they want to phase out all gas vehicles by 2035. So that's leaving businesses scrambling. And Ideanomics is coming in and saying, hey, calm down. We can solve this problem for you. We have connections with these EV auto manufacturers. How many vehicles do you need? We'll find them for you. And that's how they're going to make this money. They are in a gold mine right now in China, and I think the potential is there. So we're on the investor presentation right now, and they're saying that the global small van and truck demand is going to increase by 50% by the year 2040. The global heavy-duty goods transport demand to increase by 57%, and the e-bus fleet to grow by 300%. And Ideanomics is going to come in, act as the middleman for municipalities and public transportation systems looking for vans to buy, for buses to buy, and they're going to come in and make a commission off of those sales. So let's take a look at the chart again. I'll talk about my price target and my forecast, the prediction for the next few months, where I see this IDEX headed. So I'm thinking this thing is going to hold this 260 area. That's a very key area. If we break below that on the daily chart, I think we could fill this gap, and that's not a good look. So we need to enter this with a plan. We have to stick to the plan because this is a penny stock that is up big. So we need to stick to the plan and manage our risk. So I'm looking at this 260, 250 area as my support that I want to buy off of. And I'm looking for this thing to head back higher, back up towards $4 a share. I think the potential is there in the next 3 months for us to hit $4 a share, and that's going to be my price target. I think long term, this also has potential, but if you're looking to hold this long term, you need to realize that there could be some pretty significant pullbacks in the future, right? Because penny stocks, they are more volatile than your big large cap stocks. So we very well could come back, fill this gap before heading higher. But I think the Chinese ride sharing, the Chinese Uber market, ride sharing taxis, Ideanomics is going to be able to make a lot of money in that subsector. But I also think it's going to take time. And if you're a long-term investor in a EV penny stock like this IDEX, you're going to have to be very patient. Penny stock number 2 is going to be GoPro, GPRO. I got a lot of flack the first time I talked about this on one of my videos. Everybody was saying GoPro's dead, GoPro's dead. They're never coming back. And people were hating in the comments. Well, look at you now. We talked about it way back here, and this thing ran up huge, and we caught a really nice trade in the private Discord server. And I think it's time to buy it again. I'm looking at investing in this again because we have really nice volume support. Look at this area support. I think that $6.50 area holds and this thing rockets higher. If we look at the monthly chart, we have tons of room in the upside, to the upside. A lot of ground to make up. This thing was once trading over $100 a share, and I'm not saying we're going to get back to those levels, but I think long term they have an opportunity to shift their business model and to make up a lot of that ground. And I think a couple years from now, this is a $30 plus stock. I love the new camera. I love the new Hero 9 Black because they're marketing it not only to the outdoor consumer, but also to vloggers. That opens up the space, that opens up the consumer base by millions of more customers. However, the camera sales are not what's going to drive GoPro's revenue growth and GoPro's earning growth. It is going to be software as a service. Software as a service is absolutely where it's at. And GoPro is already starting to do this with their cloud storage. And I think they're just going to add more and more amenities to their monthly subscription service. And this reoccurring revenue is going to help bring GoPro back from the dead, get them out of the grave, and become a company that they were once forecasted to be. This was supposed to be a great company, but they didn't evolve. They didn't use their camera customers and to market other sources of revenue to their existing customers. Now they're realizing that they have to do that, and I think that's going to help GoPro grow exponentially over the next couple of years. If we look at the numbers, if you just took a look at these numbers and didn't realize what company this was, you would be in love with the company. People want to hate on GoPro. They don't want to invest in camera companies. but just look at these numbers, right? A market cap of only $1 billion on sales of $1 billion, right? Earnings per share growth forecasted next year of over 1,000%. Earnings per share growth of 80% this year. Sales growth quarter over quarter of over 100%. The growth is there, and I think we're going to see a continued growth story with this GoPro stock. Let's pull up the chart, take a look at it, and I'll tell you my plan, my prediction, my forecast for GoPro. All right, guys, so we're currently trading at about $7 a share. We have a lot of support. Let's draw out the trend line. We have a lot of support right here at the $7 area. I think GoPro, if it can continue to consolidate, let's say next week it holds that $7 area, just starts to chop around, I think it's a buy at that level, at those levels. But I would really like to see it fill this gap right here, and I would like to buy it like the 650 area. So my buy zone is from $7 to 650, and my stop, my max stop would be down here about $5.75. And we have room to run on this GoPro. I'm telling you, this is a more of a long-term investment for me versus the first stock we talked about, IDEX. I think this GoPro 5 years from now is trading above $30 a share. That is a huge move, but I'll put a 12-month price target of $10 per share on this GoPro. I think it's coming back from the dead. We're seeing the resurrection of GoPro, and they are finally realizing that they need to switch the business model from not only being a camera company, but to also be a software company. Use your existing customers to market other products to and get that reoccurring revenue. All right, guys, those are my top 2 penny stocks that I'm looking to invest in right now. If you haven't yet subscribed, what you waiting on? Hit that like button for me if you got something of value from this video. It tells YouTube that these videos do provide value and helps to promote the channel. And check out the link in the description for Webull, great broker offering 4 free stocks when you use my link and deposit $100. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Until next time, peace.